Bonjour, Anin, Tansei. It's Jerry, the Big Bear Barrett here, and it is Thursday, April 21st, 2022, and welcome back to our day number 2 of the Anishinaabe Aski Nations Language and Curriculum Training. It's wonderful to have you back online with us through Zoom, and we look forward to presenting another wonderful day of programming for you. And I'll give you an update of what's coming up today, and we'll recap a little bit of what happened yesterday if you're just joining us for the first time. Welcome to all our educators and support staff from around the region, all of you who are dedicating and specializing in First Nation language education. Thank you. We have over 80 delegates online throughout the day to listen and learn from our elders and our educators, and what a wonderful time we had. And we have special guests, and of course we're going to have a special draw. But speaking of special things, it's always a treat and an honor to welcome elders to our program. And today, to begin our programming, we have invited an elder from Thunder Bay, and her name is Lucy Kagigamak. Lucy, an elder, welcome to the program today. She is from Kiwewind First Nation and currently living with her family and grandchildren in Thunder Bay. She has, and this always impresses me, the credits that they bring to our presentations. She has her BA, her Bachelor of Education from Lakehead University, and counseling from Providence Institute. She's been working as a well-being support worker for COS. Now here I go. I'm gonna say it's Kiwetanuk Okemakanak Student Support Services at the Dennis Franklin High School for the last 11 years. Her work involves meeting with students individually on mental, emotional, or well-being issues while they are attending high school in Thunder Bay. She also works to support students and encourages them to continue with your education goals. She has worked as a part-time elder with the DFC in their elders program, and she enjoys visiting young people and being available to make tea and bannock for them when they come to visit her in the elders room, and she enjoys walking and reading. So please join us in our morning greeting and our prayer, our blessing from Elder Lucy Kakigamak. Lucy?
Good morning. Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Good morning, Jerry. You did a good job on that name there, Kakigamak. A long name. So I want to welcome everybody today, and all the participants and the presenters and all the teachers out there. I want to welcome you all today. I hope that you had a good night rest and ready for a long day today. I really had a challenging day yesterday with the technology, but thank goodness this morning my good daughter set it up for me, and she told me what to do, and she said, don't touch this, don't touch this. When you mess up, when you touch other things. So she's pretty smart with technology. So she's gone off for the day too. And so I just want to thank Kanakum for the invite again. I've always been blessed to participate too and to be an elder, and it's a blessing. So I'm going to open up in prayer. Kshemandu du majum kenakum go hue kanya picha kishgak eminasha kishga minshiak ego gaya eminiayak kakwajungu kshemandu mina chusha endaman hue kukunamagewen magakana uskonik kaknamagewat ego minutan pig gani gachgewat chusha endamadogakana ani geni shek ani geni chkanok oya washmeka wichag don the shimnanak ego washimak ego skazsik chusha endamadog huenga gishganik chukanen mata egananda jishmat sewat Mijiga kwechum kung shemandu. Kagitawan siya pagod naman. And gonagawi knamagewat. Oh God, our Father, we give you thanks for another beautiful day you have given us. We thank you for the night rest. We thank you for sound minds and healthy bodies. We thank you for the knowledge, the creativity that you've given us. And it's a gift from you, Lord, for all of us. It's a gift from you. You're the creator of all things, Lord. And we just ask you, bless these meetings and all that's been presented, Father. Help us to have alert minds and clear minds. We commit this day to you. Ima Jesus, we want to give Amen.
Amen. Miigwech, Elder Lucy. And but just before we continue on here, I see in the background you have your friend that looks like a lynx in that window behind you. Is that a bobcat or a lynx?
It's a link. There's a story behind it. Anyways, that's my late husband's collection. He's an artist. He was an artist. That's one of his collections. That's just the one animal here. My two sons got two more animals there: beaver and wolf and seagull, and yeah, that was his collection. So my sons are claiming it now. But I'm hanging on to this link here.
Of course, yeah. Well, it's nice that it could join us, and the spirit of your husband is in the room with you. So that's wonderful. I'm glad he could join us.
Thank you.
Very special. All right, we have a lot of information to pass on today, and we want to share that with you. We'll do a quick recap of yesterday, and something that was shared with me by one educator yesterday. He said that he felt comfortable speaking in language. And so, of course, in our breakout sessions, or if you have questions, we encourage you to speak your language, of course, if that's the way that you would like to present your questions, or perhaps share your thoughts. Of course, I do not speak the language, but I encourage everybody to bring the language to our breakout sessions, and share that with our other delegates, who of course are language speakers. Yesterday we had many special guests. We had Elder David Fletcher, who was kind enough to join us. We had a whole list of dignitaries joining us yesterday, including, well, they were here. But we kicked off the day with a wonderful presentation from Cassandra Spade, or Cass, as she likes to be called, and that was her introduction to language immersion programming. And one of the terms that stood out yesterday was a basket that was somewhere in the school halls or somewhere in the classroom, and she referred to it as a language nest. A nest for language, and students were encouraged to reach into the language nest and pull out a question or a word or something, and they would discuss that. But a language nest, that caused quite a stir, and people were quite excited about that theme or learning tool. Then we, of course, we had breakout sessions, and those are always fun. We had Larry Beardy with storytelling, and Larry's going to be joining us again today with another wonderful tale. Cultural immersion, land-based learning. That was very educational. David Thompson, thank you for joining us yesterday with that. And I know everybody enjoyed their thoughts on the different seasons, the 4 seasons on the calendar, and sometimes more, and the different months and the different moons. So as a person who lost his culture through the 60s scoop, very educational for me, learning about the different moons and all the activities that you can share with your students in order to continue to learn about the language and different themes in the Indigenous culture. So thank you to David Thompson for that. And to all the delegates who went into these breakout sessions, and I try to, again, encourage you to share your thoughts and with other delegates, because it's not just the presenters that are sharing information, but you as an educator can share your information with other teachers and educators who are in the breakout sessions. And we want to hear what you have to say. We want to hear how you teach your students. And when you share an idea, then of course that is shared with all the other educators, and they can use some of your ideas in their classrooms. We closed out David Thompson's session yesterday with, again, a good question and answer. And of course, then the probably one of the most popular things we have is the play to win. And at the end of each session, there's going to be a code word come up on the screen, and I'll read the word to you. It's our version of bingo, but it's called play to win. And so when you see the code word come up on the screen, write that down, and of course you'll be invited to submit that to win some great prizes at the end of the day, including our the original artwork for our logo for this conference. And it's some wonderful, you've seen it, the flower design that that is on all the programming notes and whatnot. So anyway, that's very special. So we're going to give away an original print of that framed, and also some other $100 gift cards. Yes, so that's coming up. All right, today we have a big shoe, a really big shoe for you. We've got our first session coming up with David Thompson once again, and this ought to be fun. It's you see it on your program there. It's called morphology. Morphology, or how words are formed. Now, as a man who does not speak the Ojibwe language or the Cree language, I'm always excited to see how words are formed. It's nice to see the words, first of all, the syllabics, and then, of course, how are they formed? Well, we'll find out. Then we'll go into breakout session, and we'll be discussing that more in depth with each other. Coming up at during lunchtime, I'll be going into, it's called the comedy show. It's the Big Bear Comedy Show. And I'll be sharing my adventures as a 60s scoop kid, and where I came from and how I got here at your conference. Then in the afternoon, after lunch, we'll be doing storytelling once again with Larry Beardy, and I can hardly wait, as I mentioned, as to what he's got planned for us today. And a lot of activities for the children in the classroom, games for children in language immersion, and Cassandra Spade will be along once again, and her husband, he'll be along. Bimikaway, I believe, is his name. And then, of course, we're going to have some another breakout session for that, and we'll be having some more draws. So it's an action-packed day. We thank all the delegates for joining us. And so what we want to do is make sure that you have a hot cup of tea, bannock, make yourself comfortable, and if you have to take a rest at some point to rest your eyes or clear your mind, feel free to do so. Also on our indexes, you can find out where elders are. If you need to speak to an elder, do that. So anyway, it's going to be a wonderful day, and I hope that you have a wonderful day and take lots of notes. And I know we're all going to learn something. So here we go with day number 2 from the Anishinaabe Aski Nation's language curriculum training. Here we go.